Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, Ultra Federal Credit Union, Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, the Back Nine, and Optimum.
Hello, East Texas, and welcome into Under the Lights. I'm Dan Millay.
And I'm Serenity Douglas.
Under the Lights late night edition, I should say. And late here tonight, we have a really great game of the week to recap. It was Longview and Lancaster. I got to make sure I'm saying that right here in Texas, Lancaster. All right. And we're going to check it out. It all started here inside of 2 minutes of the game. Longview forces a fumble and falls on it, giving the Lobos life with 2 minutes left. All right, that's a momentum play. Now with 1 minute left in the ball game, Hamilton scrambles and finds a wide open Kelvin Washington. He could not have been more wide open.
Oh my gosh.
And they tie the ball game at 28. Spin it. He's all business. We're going to overtime. Again, y'all, these are the fourth quarter highlights that propelled us into overtime. And now we're going to see Washington again. First drive of OT. He punches it through the wall into the end zone for the touchdown. Lobos go up 35-28. And now it's in the defense's hands, and they got to get things done. Kason Brooks gets the handoff. The quarterback and the ball is out. Longview falls on it, and that's the ball game. Longview is your area champs. They got it done on offense. They got it done on defense to win it. A huge play and a huge game. Longview takes it 35-28. And Serenity, we still have our very own Jimmy Searfoss out at Dallas Kincaid. He's sticking with us.
He sure is. Man, Jimmy, tell us everything that we don't know, because that game seemed crazy.
It was crazy, and I'm actually still trying to comprehend exactly what happened here. After the game, I actually ran into Kelvin Washington. He was getting his food after the game, and I said, how you feeling about all this? He said, we got our get back. Last year, Lancaster beat Longview in round 2 of the playoffs, or maybe not round 2, but later on, but they get him back this time, and it was a crazy game. After that first half, you would not have thought that Longview would even be in this game. Coach, after the game, told me that play that tied it up, they haven't run it all week in practice. It was completely out of the blue, and it worked. He gave his hats off to his offensive coordinator, and he said, look, this team just finds a way to win. We'll hear more from the coach later on tonight. It's a crazy game. It's cold outside, and I don't feel it at all. That's the effect this game had tonight. Something you're going to tell your kids about.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. That sounds like an amazing game. Jimmy, thank you so much for all the coverage you brought us tonight. I mean, and he said it. I mean, that's obviously, we don't know every game that happened all over Texas tonight, but that's got to be one of the best games that we saw, anybody saw in Texas tonight. I mean, what a job by the Lobos to pull it out.
Absolutely. It was a nail-biter. What a job by Kelvin Washington, and that's why he was our player of the week previously.
That's right.
I wish we could nominate them week after week, because Washington is one of those players who deserves it multiple times. But we got to get into some more highlights from tonight. This is Wascom. They're going to go ahead and kick it off to Garrison to receive the ball first. It's Garrison's Agent Zero, almost to the end zone, but it looks like he will be taken down to the other side of the 40, but he just keeps on zigging and zagging. Now as Garrison's quarterback, he's going to go ahead and toss it out to Avery Yarbrough, but Wascom tackled him into the backfield for a loss. But here we go again. It's Garrison running back Avery Yarbrough. He's tried to make something happen, but he ends up getting taken down. Now, once again, this will be Wascom's running back, senior Elijah Modkins. He takes this thing all the way to the house for 80 yards, putting that speed on him. Let's go ahead and see that final score from Wascom and Garrison. Man, it was not high scoring at all, but Wascom was the one who pulled it out, 13-9.
Well, a win's a win's a win.
A win is a win's a win.
We're going to go over to Pittsburgh, and it's New Diana versus Dangerfield here. And we're going to pick things up. Well, the Eagles dropped the ball in the first half, literally. DeJuan Johnson hands it off to Tavares Williams. He gets tackled by the Tigers. The ball is loose, and Dangerfield recovers. Dangerfield, and they're set up nicely here. Quarterback Chase Johnson going in. He's going to zig. He's going to zag his way through, breaks away from a few tackles, and he is in for the touchdown. Lower the shoulder a little bit there. Gets Dangerfield on the board first. New Diana with the ball, looking to come back here. DeJuan Johnson with the pass to Davion Maps. A little twirl to get loose, and there is another easy touchdown, or I should say the first easy touchdown for New Diana as they're trying to get back into it. And y'all, we're going to see another fumble recovery here, and the Tigers take advantage. Dangerfield all over that one. Second quarter now. Dangerfield getting to work on offense, and that's just too easy, walking right around the pile. Another Tiger touchdown. Here's New Diana QB DeJuan Johnson, but he's going to get picked off. Another turnover for the Eagles. Things are just not going their way, and it's another good setup for Dangerfield. Johnson with the handoff to Ashton Williams. A battle of the jersey number ones with Jaden Johnson on defense, but the refs say it's a touchdown. They get the final say, so that's really all that matters here. Dangerfield cutting it close, or I should say extending that lead. They're going to punch in another one here right at the goal line to extend that lead. Once again, referee says, yes, sir, that's a touchdown. Another Tiger touchdown at that. And Dangerfield takes it 42-35 over the previously undefeated New Diana Eagles.
Man, that one hurts. New Diana, they were undefeated. Man, coached by Jason Pitts, I really thought that they were going to do it this year, but they have just lost at horrible timing because it's lose and go home or win and move on. And unfortunately, the Eagles were just not able to pull this one off. But we're going to keep on moving right along. They took on Crandall. This is Texas High, the Tigers. This one isn't a close game. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that. The Tigers, they get the ball first here. This is 3 plays in. You got to give it to Jabari Johnson because what is Jabari Johnson going to do? He's going to avoid all the tackles, even the one from the ref. And he's going to go ahead and take this one into the end zone to make it 7-0 for the Tigers. Now, the Tigers, they're in their next possession now. It's 4th and 9. And they're going to give it to David Potter over the middle to Tredarion Ball. And he's got it down at the goal line to keep that play alive. Real easy for them. They're used to this. You know, true to this, not new to this. Next play, you're going to go ahead and give it to Johnson. Once again, 14-0. Crandall cuts the lead in half, but here comes the Tigers yet again. It's a handoff ball. Here goes the Oregon commit. He gets around the corner, turns on those afterburners. It looks like he's jogging at this point. That's Tredarion Ball. Yet again, a touchdown for the Tigers. Texas High blew them out of the water, but how much? 58-28 for the Texas High Tigers.
Man. All right, we're headed down to the Tomato Bowl here where the Marshall Mavericks are taking on the Midlothian Heritage Cougars. And we get the teams running out of tunnels as they do. Opening drive for the Cougars here. They're inside the 20. Marshall defense led by Caden Rodgers and Jaden Cooks blow up the screen pass for a big loss. That's a huge play on defense, but Heritage goes for a 4th down and 15 here. Quarterback Carter Rutenbar rolls out and finds Freeman Robinson in the end zone. Heritage 7, Marshall zip. Mavericks opening drive here leaves them pinned back and punting near their own end zone when a high snap gets away, and that's a safety. That makes it Cougars 9, Mavericks 0. Marshall having a bad time on the ensuing drive. Cougars Rutenbar tries to keep the ball on a rope, and again, the Mavericks defense answers, holding Heritage to a field goal, making their lead 12-0. But the Mavericks still got to get on the board. They're mounting their best drive of the game here. Quarterback Alton Henderson drops back and then passes to, or takes off, or I should say, for a 32-yard gain and a 1st down. And the band loves it too, but on 4th down, Henderson, they're going to pass and it's going to go incomplete. And the Mavericks went into halftime trailing this game 12-0.
Wow.
Scoreless into halftime. Let's check out. And they made quite the comeback. All right, there you go. Marshall comes back. And, you know, we were talking about Texas High before. Marshall's the only East Texas team that played them close all year. And they took this one 21-12 over Midlothian Heritage.
I mean, sometimes coming from the back and trying to, you know, make that 4th quarter push is the way to go for some of these teams. How long is it going to last? Because these matchups are only going to continue to get harder. But we still have plenty more highlights for you guys. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere.
Hello, East Texas. Welcome back into Under the Lights. Thanks for sticking with us. Dan Millay and Serenity Douglas breaking down all the latest and greatest from the second round of playoff football here in East Texas. And Serenity, we've been through a lot of games, and it seems like round 2 did not disappoint in any way.
Absolutely not. It was getting pretty scary there for our East Texas teams, but looking like they were able to pull out some, and we're going to see another one right here. Over to Yellow Jacket Stadium in Kemp, Texas, where the Overton Mustangs are battling against the Mart Panthers. And we're going to go ahead and start in the first quarter on 4th down. The Mustangs are going to look to get the stop early here. You're going to see it pretty soon. This is quarterback D'Angelo Rose. He gets the snap, steps back to pass, and launches one downfield to a wide open receiver. Where's the man? DeMontrell Medlock to put the Panthers up early. They would also get that 2-point conversion. Mart is up 8-0 over the Overton Mustangs. Now, following that drive is going to be Mustangs ball. It's going to be quarterback Bryce Still. He's been our player of the week before, and you're going to see why. With the ball, he's going to look to pass, steps up in the pocket, still looking for a receiver, but he's going to go ahead and take it himself. But he's going to get brought down across midfield. But it's a nice little first down snag for them. But it's going to be the same drive. It's Bryce Still yet again with a designed run. He's got a hold, so he's going to take the hold. And he takes a big hit, but he barrels his way on through. He said, I can take hits. Look at me. I have muscles. My name is Bryce Still. And he's in for the touchdown. Now, Panthers have the ball this time. It's going to be a handoff to Ahmad Scott. He shows off some nice moves, almost gets away, but it's going to be close because a few Mustang defenders are going to go ahead and take him down. But it's going to be a Mustang territory. Same drive. Inside, it's going to be the Mustangs' 5-yard line. That's receiver DeMontrell Medlock. He gets the snap and bulldozes his way on in. The Panthers will convert on the 2 points yet again. Very back-and-forth game, but who got it? The Overton Mustangs got it. Trust in Scotty Lamont, 31-30, a great win for them.
Trust in Beast Texas football.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Shelbyville versus Beckville. And get ready, because this one is a shootout. It's a battle of the Vills as the captains meet at midfield. Shelbyville with the ball after Beckville fumbled. Quarterback DJ Barnes steps back to pass and unleashes a missile to Tanner Doggett, who got free behind the defense for a 35-yard touchdown, 6-0 Dragons. Beckville drove the ball downfield. Braxton Bullock rose out, looks into the end zone, and Kenyon Lusk makes a beautiful one-handed catch, and that's a touchdown. 8-6 Bearcats. Shelbyville looking to put more points on the board. Barnes this time, quarterback read option, 12-yard touchdown run, 14-8. Stay with me, y'all. Beckville turnover. Barnes hands off to Hunter Harvey. He gets the edge. A couple Bearcats tagged him, but it's not tag football, y'all. It's tackle football. You got to bring him down for it to count. Harvey gets in there, 43-yard touchdown. Second quarter, backing down. Bullock rolls out, and this time it's J.T. Smith making the grab in the end zone, 21-16 Dragons. Shelbyville is a scoring machine, y'all. Barnes hands it off here to Ronnie Williams, who slides in for the touchdown, 27-16 Dragons. Shelbyville trying to pad that lead. Barnes runs in for the quarterback keeper. Dragons, well, I need to slow down here, y'all. There's so many highlights. We're going so fast. Okay, all right, now they're going for two. Rolling out to his right, and who is he going to see? He throws over his left shoulder. He's got a man. That's a wide open Aiden Shields. That makes it 35-16. I felt like a used car salesman over there. I was speaking so quickly just then. Shelbyville wins at 75-48 over Beckville, winning the Battle of the Vills.
Well, now you see why, because there were so many highlights.
Yeah.
75-48 for Shelbyville. Man, I think the most we've seen is from New Diana when they scored maybe 88,
Something
84.
like that, yeah.
So, I mean, that one was a great one. But now we're going to go ahead and head over to Bruce Stadium, where the Pine Tree Pirates are squaring off against the Houston area team. That's the Stafford Spartans. But we're going to start in the second half for this game. Stafford already has the 7-point lead over Pine Tree, but let's see what the Pirates can do. They have the ball inside of the scoring position. It's going to be a handoff to Lamarion Hunter, and he's going to go ahead and make one Spartan defender miss, make another one miss, and let's go ahead and get that second quarter on and popping. It's 7 apiece for the Pirates. Now the Spartans ball, it's going to be their quarterback, Zachary Brown. He fakes, looks to pass, but his linebacker, Seth McFarland, with the take back. Man, the Pirates intercept that one. Love to see it. The Pine Tree Pirates, they're looking good. But let's go ahead and see if Stafford will answer back, because that's what always happens with the teams that are not in East Texas. They fight back hard. Now, low snap. This one is to Alex Morales. He scoops it up, though. He tries to punt it, but it's deflected. What's going on? Linebacker Kendrick, he scoops it up, and he's going to take this one all the way back. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, and I'm literally reading it right now. A huge turn of events, but it's the playoffs. So what can you expect? Pine Tree loses and a heartbreak. Dan, what happened? 14-13. Maybe I jinxed them because I said that when it comes down to these Dallas and Houston teams, for the East Texas teams, it gets pretty tough for them. Pine Tree, they've kind of been skating by a little bit, and they ended up falling to Stafford, man.
Yeah, consider me heartbroken. I mean, especially to lose. I mean, we didn't see all the highlights, but that, the bad snap and the fumble on the punt, I mean, those are just things that you don't expect to see from Pine Tree, especially not this year. We're going to keep moving to Lindale versus Navasota now as we're entering the field. Lots of pomp and circumstance. It's round 2 of the playoff serenity. We're having a good time. We're shaking hands. We're kissing babies. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see anybody kissing babies tonight. It's possible, though. All right. Navasota is who Lindale is playing here. He's cruising into the end zone. That makes it 7-0 Navasota. Next drive, Lindale's ball. Caleb Hart takes the handoff and powers his way into the end zone to tie the game at 7. Navasota wasting no time here to respond. Jace Jablonski launches the ball to Daquan Pratt. Nobody's going to catch Daquan. He's going to make it in for the...
Is he going to score?
Touchdown. There it is.
Love it.
14-7 Rattlers. Eagles are going to be quick to answer. And they've got a million ways to do it, but they're going to do it in this one way. It's Million Johnson showing off his speed up the middle, through the field, and he's going to cash in 6 for the touchdown, 6 of his own, and that makes it 14-14. We're all tied up, and the clock is winding down in the half as Jablonski scans the field and finds Cameron Ross. He takes back the lead going into halftime. That's a big play for Navasota as they lead it 28-21 after that play. And they go on to win it. Navasota beats Lindale 56-45, so the Eagles' run comes to an end there.
Oh, man, a couple of East Texas teams have gone down. It was very unfortunate. But we got to take a look at our top plays, but that's going to be right after the break, so make sure you guys don't go anywhere.
Under the Lights on CBS19 is sponsored by Bill Dickinson Chevrolet, Ultra Federal Credit Union, Baylor Scott and White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, the Back 9, and Optimum.
East Texas, hello, good evening. Thank you for sticking with us here on Under the Lights. Sadly, our time has almost come to an end, but we're not going to wrap things up until we show the good people of East Texas this week's top plays.
Absolutely. I'm super excited. This one came from last night, a Thursday night game. They're going to go for 2. This is the opposite team, by the way. This is Grandview. He tosses it out, and it's going to be Chris Love. Hit him with the OBJ, and here's the replay in slow-mo for you. Take it from him, and that was on their 2-point conversion, too, and they just snatched it like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, that's Chris Love. He plays on both sides, y'all. But we're going to go to Overton versus Mark. Mark quarterback D'Angelo Rhodes getting the snap, stepping back and launching it downfield to a wide-open receiver into Montreal Medlock to put the Panthers up early. They would also convert on the 2-point conversion to go up 8-0 early. That's a top play.
And then this one is also going to be from last night. It's going to be from Pleasant Grove. Jarrett Halter, he launches it out there to his man. That's Landon West. Here goes another replay. It gets tipped by a defender, and he still secures it off of a deflection. Pleasant Grove does go on to win that game as well.
That was crazy. That might be number 1. We got to wait and see. All right, we're going to show another highlight from Thursday night action. No, bias here, folks. Just a lot of great Thursday plays here as you're going to see Liberty Ilo force the fumble on Pilot Point, and then the next play on offense, Trip Basinger airing it out to DeQuaine Prevost, who hauls in the touchdown. That was part of Liberty Ilo's 57-7 win last night at Rose Stadium.
Man, and this one is going to be from the Dangerfield versus New Diana game. Now you see this play in the New Diana game. You saw it in the highlights, but look at it once again. New Diana with the punt. It goes long, rolls a bit, and it's picked up by C.T. Elkins. He runs with some moves, zigging and zagging his way all the way down, but he's eventually taken down. That was a good one. Oh my goodness. I'm excited to see which one was your favorite, Dan, because you normally pick which one would be the top play every Saturday.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be Pleasant Grove, spoiler alert. I mean, that was so great. That was so awesome.
It was great. Deflections always get me because think about how good your football IQ has to be.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the presence of mind, he's running full tilt. He's, looking over one shoulder. The pass gets tipped and, it changes.
You don't panic.
Changes direction, the whole thing to still haul it in. But, tune in tomorrow to see what's 5 through 2.
Okay, that's valid. All right, let's go ahead and take a look back at some of the top scorers from our very, very busy night of our East Texas football. Longview versus Lancaster. That one ended up going into overtime. It was Longview who got it, 35-28. Joaquin versus Cooper is going to be Joaquin who got that one. They were the underdog in that one, 32-24. Dangerfield versus New Diana. Man, the Tigers, they always pull out something at the last minute. They served New Diana their first loss of the season at the wrong time, 42 versus 35. Marshall versus Midlothian Heritage is 21-12 for that one.
And with those first four, Serenity, I was 2 for 3 on my picks. I think you were.
Love that.
Well. What were you?
That's a great question. Maybe 2 for 3.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say 2 for 3.
I think you were 2 for 3. All right, next four, we got Overton over Mart, 31-30. Stafford took down Pine Tree in a nail-biter, another one-point game, 14-13. Shelbyville dominated Beckville, 75-48. And Waskom took down Garrison, 13-9.
So from all of those top plays, top scores, we're going to go ahead and see what the matchups will be for round 3 of playoffs. This is for next week, you guys. Chapel Hill will be taking on Stafford. Stafford just took down, I want to say Pine Tree. It's a Houston team. So Chapel Hill took down them. Well, Chapel Hill will be taking on them. And then Kilgore versus Navasota. They're going to be facing off. Woodville versus DeKalb. Dangerfield versus Newton. And man, we got another slate of games.
We sure do. We got Waskom and Honeygrove. We got Shelbyville and Joaquin, who I was just at tonight. Grapeland and Overton. And then Texas High and PNG.
Man.
I feel bad for anybody who plays Texas High, honestly.
Me too. Me too. It's going to be a tough one for all of those teams. But that'll be round 3 of the playoffs, and things start to mean even more. We also have some more matchups like Pleasant Grove taking on Carthage. Super excited to see the Hawks take on the Bulldogs. But we're going to have all of those games for you right here on CBS 19 and CBS 19 Plus. So make sure you guys are sticking around for those. But thank you so much for joining us tonight for Under the Lights. We will see you guys again next week for round 3 of playoffs.